In 4.9a, we are going to talk about the side-side-side postulate. And remember, that word postulate is just a fancy word for theorem or rule. So the side-side-side postulate is our side-side-side rule, which means if we have three sides of one triangle that are congruent to the corresponding sides of another triangle, then we can say that our two triangles are congruent. So if we look at these two triangles here, and if we are told that we have points A, B, C, D, E, F, and we know that this side is congruent to this side, these two sides are congruent, and these two sides are congruent. If we are told that all three pairs of those sides go together, then we know for certain that our two triangles are congruent. So if we look at some examples, it says to state whether the side-side-side postulate could be used to show each pair of triangles is congruent. So the first thing we're going to do is mark any shared sides as congruent. So number one, we have no shared sides as congruent. But we are given this information here. Those sides are congruent, these sides are congruent, and these sides are congruent. So since we have all of those sides marked as congruent, those are all three sides of our triangle, we can write our congruency statement since we have side, side, side. So number one, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle A matches. So if we notice, we have the side with one dash and the side with three dashes come together at A, so that is going to match D. The side with one and the side with two come together, so that's going to match E. And then that leaves F and C as our congruency statement for number one. Number two, you're going to have to draw in some given information again. So these are our two triangles. We have one triangle on this side and one triangle on this side. Okay, so our hints up here, our first one said to mark any shared side as congruent. So we know right away that this side here is congruent. Then we're also given that these two sides are the same and these two sides are the same because it is a rectangle, so that's what we know about a rectangle. So we can say, since all three sides match up, we can say yes, they are congruent, and our congruency statement, if we label the points here, we have D, A, B, and C. We have DAB as one triangle, and our point D here matches up with, so on DAB, this triangle, we have the side with three lines and the side with one line. So that would match up with B, side with three lines and side with one line. A matches C. A and C match here. And then that would leave B on our black triangle. B is the one that comes with two dashes and one dash. So on our blue triangle, that would be D. Okay? Let's see, number 3. In this triangle, we are given that we've got this side matching this side matches this side, and our angles here line up. Points A, B, C, D, E, F. Okay, so we're looking here if we can match up these triangles by side, side, side. We have two pairs of sides. We have one here and two here. But in order to use side, 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 we need three pairs of sides here. So we are going to say, no, we cannot prove they're congruent by side, side, side here because we only have two pairs of matching sides. Okay, and our next one, number 4, this one, you're going to have to draw in some information again. We have a line straight down the middle, and that splits up into two triangles. And we're given this is point A, C, B, and we're told that AM here is the median. So that means if this is the median, this side is the same as this side. We're given that these two sides are the same. So we need to prove that these two triangles match all three sides. We have two of them. Our third side of both triangles is this one right in the middle. And since that side is the same on both triangles, we can say that our triangles are congruent, AMD, because we can match up all three sides to the other triangle. So we have B, not D. AMB is congruent to triangle. So here A is going to match A. M is going to match M. And B is going to match C. So our two triangles here are congruent by side, side, side. Okay, our last one's down here. If we are given that we have triangle A, B, C right here, and D, E, F right here, and we know that these two sides are congruent, these two sides are congruent, and these two sides are congruent. We want to fill in the blank with the missing information. So AB and what are corresponding sides. So if this is AB, we know it is our long leg of the triangle. So we know AB is going to match up with DE. And then angle A, top of our triangle, and angle D are corresponding angles.